Westlife have announced they're to split after 14 enormously successful years sitting on stage on bar stools together. The Stone Roses are to reunite after 15 years, though I'd suggest if you were fans of theirs at the time, you probably can't remember much about any of it. But the biggest news of all is that we're once again going to be able to enjoy the sight and the sound of Steps. Yes, Steps are back. Marvellous. Were you born when Steps were in operation?
Yeah, I was born. Yeah, I was born.
Do you like it? Is that your kind of thing?
Nah, not my kind of thing.
No. Got maximum respect anyway.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Steps, yeah.
OK. The decision for Steps to get back together came only after much soul-searching on the part of the group's members, having split up acrimoniously 10 years ago. Could they put their differences behind them? We've got here from the newly reunited Steps, Claire Richards and Lee Lashford-Evans. Welcome them in, please. So, how does it feel? You must be pleased the amount of attention it's got, actually.
It's amazing, really amazing. It's a bit weird still. We're still kind of getting used to it, because the album went to #1 last week, which is a bit... It's like 10 years to the day, almost, that the last one was #1. It's really bizarre.
But there was a story that there was a letter sent on some gig, or a note sent 10 minutes before you went on stage that those two were leaving. That's apocryphal, surely.
No, that's pretty much sort of what happened. We had a Sky show to do at that time, which you do like a live event for people to tune in and watch, and we had a big meeting about it, and we were redesigning the stage and the sets and things like that, and there was a chat, a talk, and then there were letters put on the table, and that was really sort of how it happened. To be honest, that was the way it was.
And how do you feel about that now?
It sounds awful, doesn't it, really, when it's put like that?
Wasn't it on Boxing Day you did it?
No, it came out in the papers on Boxing
right.
Day. It was just before Christmas.
Oh, right.
All right, well,
even nicer then.
Merry
Christmas, we're leaving.
But you've been making your decision about whether or not to reunite in the full glare of publicity of a documentary for Sky. Is your record producer, actually, we were recording again, quite delighted with the results of a new track you've laid down, I believe is the terminology.
See that girl, watch that scene, get in the dancing queen.
Beautiful, guys. I love it, love it, love it, love it. As soon as they started singing together, it was actually quite amazing, because it, strangely, sounded like Steps.
As opposed to what, Black Sabbath or something? Yeah. What were you going to sound like?
Well, it sounded a bit like ABBA, to be honest.
No, that's never a bad thing.
How much time do you actually have to spend together? I mean, you said for 5 years you were together, but presumably you're not together all the time.
Pretty much.
Pretty much 16-hour days every day.
You don't. And if we weren't in this country, we were going all around the world, touring everywhere. And if we were on tour here, we'd be doing promo all day and then go and do the show at night.
Was there someone who, like, everyone didn't really like in a group? Was there always one?
Well, it was me at the end.
So listen to them. Are you glad you're not in a group, or are there in fact the same people you spend time with all the time anyway?
Yeah, because when I first started, my people that I'm around, like Roscoe, the same people, we're still together now. We was friends before music, so we always, like, when I got a track or something, we sit down and we speak about it, and they give advice, you know. I mean, we listen to the same music, we came up through and grew up together, so it sort of makes sense. You do need people around you, the right people, but when you think of some situation, I don't know exactly what happened, when you have to start writing letters and putting it down for you.
We didn't know each other before. It was an audition, so we just...
So did you, obviously you became close though?
Yeah, we did for a while, but I think we were thrown into having to be best friends like, immediately.
We understand you've had to add more dates due to the demand, so congratulations on the #1. Looks like a really successful comeback, and we wish you well. So, Claire and Lee from Steps, everyone. While you're here, I'd like to ask you, Tinchy, and you two, whether you ever do this kind of thing. I think it's known as stage diving, crowd diving, is it? Here we see it happening at one gig. That's it. You jump into the crowd and you're caught by those adoring people. Do you ever do that?
I think in our day we had so many children in the front row. If I did that, I'd be in trouble.
Cheers. Does a rap audience catch the rapper?
Do you know what? I thought that a couple of times, but I'll have to just take my shades off, my chains off. So I mean,
it's a lot of bother, isn't it?
A lot of bother.